Hi guys. So I just finished a video going over the text messages that are alleged to be the last text messages that Takeoff sent to a woman who claims to know Takeoff. And I left off one of the text messages, so I'm just gonna go over this last text message that I found in here. They're kind of out of order, so I'm not going to go over all the other messages that I did cover in the prior video. You'll have to watch the part one of to go over all the other messages that we went over. But I did not reference this one, so I thought I would just include this in a video so that you can just watch the other video and put them all together for yourself. But basically based on the prior video that I just covered, we were talking about how there was this woman that was flown out by Takeoff. He met her at a studio when she was with another guy that she was dating named Denise, and she claimed he was cheating on her, and so she really wasn't being loyal to him anymore. So she starts talking to Takeoff, and he invited her to come to Texas with him because he was supposed to be doing some promo stuff out here. And also he was celebrating Jazz Prince's birthday. But I went over most of the text messages, but there was one message here, this chain of messages that I left, I forgot about. So here's one message that we'll finish covering. And basically, the context of this message relates to her pleading with Takeoff to leave. She wanted to leave the party with Jazz Prince and all of them because during the dice game, she was getting worried because they were arguing all the whole night. They had firearms all around them. She was really scared. And she was trying to plead with Takeoff to leave. So that's the context of these messages. So basically she tells him, no, I will wait on you. These guys around you, I don't trust. They have guns all on their seat and in their holsters. Texas is wild. I want to make sure you make it back to me safe. I will sit behind you. It's chairs on the wall behind you. Too many girls on you. I'm good. With a little smiley face. So this was a message that we didn't get to cover in the last video I just did. And I thought it was very significant to talk about it because she's actually describing the scene of the room. And the things that she points out is that they had guns all on their seat. And we already know that Texas is an open carry state. So they are very known for carrying all their firearms out in the open. And she was really worried and she was really scared because she's seeing all these firearms. And again, there was a lot of arguments going on in the room. And she was worried about him making it back safe. This is so cryptic because she's saying, I want to make sure you make it back to me safe. That's very cryptic to me because it's making me wonder if she could feel that something was going to happen. And again, we want to look at the authenticity of this. You can see the Takeoff name here. You can see his correct username that he uses and his correct user profile. So it looks like she's talking to a legitimate person. You also see the blue check mark here. And you already know that means it's verified to be the person here. So to me, this looks like she's actually legitimately talking to Takeoff. Then he replies, well, only going back to you, not thinking about them. He was talking about the women because she's like, there's too many women around you. He says, well, only going back with you, not with them. And we got protection too. It's okay. See, he was talking about his cousin, Migo Vance. But again, he thought that the mob ties and all of them were going to protect him because here he says, everyone got weapons to protect us and them. Don't worry. See? That's sad. He thought that the mob ties and them was going to protect them. This right here can really create context to the fact that they always talk about check-in with Prince family and all that. They're usually, I think they have to check in, quote unquote, pay them for protection. And he thinking everyone got weapons to protect us and them. Don't worry. So this right here is very important to go over. I don't know why I forgot this message when we went over, but it's important to talk about this one. Then she says, wow, are you all right? Why is your friend and Quavo arguing so loud? Why is your friend? Your friend. Who is his friend? Mike Prince and all them. Jay Prince Jr. Those are their associate, quote unquote, friends. So this statement right here, to me, tends to turn towards the fact that Quavo was arguing with one of the princes, because they're supposed to be his friends, right? And she's saying, wow, are you all right? Why is your friend? We know they're not friends with Yellow Hoodie. We know that. So the only people that Quavo could have been arguing with then would be someone from the Prince family. And there are witnesses that says that he was arguing with Jay Prince Jr. There's a video leaked out there that shows that Mike Prince was talking to Quavo, kind of trying to mediate, and he was being loud with him too because he was pretty irritated. So to me, this statement from the woman tends to turn towards the fact that he was arguing with one of the princes at this point. Let's read that again. Wow, are you all right? Why is your friend and Quavo arguing so loud? Is everything okay? This girl is like scared out of her mind. She's been seeing all this arguing, all the shooting. She was terrified. She was really trying to warn Takeoff that something was off. I think Takeoff felt it, but he was trying to, be cool. And he really trusted the Prince family to a sad fault. Sad fault. Thought that these people were his protection and they weren't. So sad. She said, I text your bro and he said it will be okay, but I'm asking you. I see you are being so quiet. We already know what is one thing people observed about him. They said he was quiet. So this is confirming also his demeanor that night. Takeoff's response was, it's man, S-H-I-T. Basically, it's man stuff. Like, don't worry about it. Men stuff. We always be arguing and stuff. She says, don't have to worry. We always gamble and argue every time, in all capital letters. We with them. Look at that. We with them. We all family. It's okay, baby. Trust me. See, guys, this is so sad. He really thought he was with them. He thought he was with Mob Ties, with Prince family. He thought he was with family. And he thought he was safe. But that quote-unquote family wasn't really family. They set him up, in my opinion, because they already knew, allegedly, that Lil Cam had a hatred towards them, towards the Migos. So for them to allow someone like that in their vicinity while they're at a party and they're guests at their party, to me, is just suspect. But this right here is so sad. I'm saying it's man, S-H-I-T, don't worry. We always gamble and argue every time. We with them. We all family. It's okay, baby. This is sad. She said, if you say so, and so we going bowling, I heard. I am Mexican. We don't bowl, so I will sit behind, babe. After that, I will be going back to the room. So I think this was an important message for us to go over, guys. Sorry I left it off the other video. I didn't realize that it wasn't in that video. I thought they were all going to be included, but I realized it wasn't. This is really putting a lot of context to everything. It's so sad based on these messages that we went over in part 1 and part 2. It's really sad to think that Quavo and Takeoff really thought that the Prince family and the Mob Ties had their back. In my opinion, I don't think they did. They let this guy, Cameron Joshua, around them, already knowing this guy had a record of posting really hateful things about Quavo and the Migos on his Twitter and disrespecting Quavo and the Migos the entire night of the party. So with that being said, I just feel like the Prince family and the Mob Ties are just as much responsible for this because they allowed people in the vicinity that didn't have have their best interests. And it's very, very sad. And that's why it really makes sense to me now why you notice in the video that we watched that was released, why Takeoff was so calm and so relaxed and walking away. You didn't notice him running or anything initially after the fight had ended and Quavo was walking and said, whatever, let's leave before I hurt somebody. You notice how Takeoff was so calm and relaxed walking away. Well, he was so calm and relaxed walking away without any worry because he really thought in his head that these people were there to protect him. He thought he was amongst family. So why would you panic if you think you're around quote unquote family or friends or people that have your back. Because people kept asking, why is Takeoff not running? Why is he so chill? Why is he so relaxed? Well, based on these messages, it makes me believe that he honestly thought that he was around people that he could trust. He says it right here. He says, we got protection too. It's okay. Everyone got weapons to protect us. And them, don't worry. So that's sad, guys. This is really starting to explain stuff to me. You guys let me know what you guys think. This is so heartbreaking. Hi, Purple Love. Hey, girl. A background check should have been done on everyone that was in charge of being around Migos. History actually repeated itself. History actually repeated itself. Exactly, Purple Love. And if you look, I did a part 1 on this just recently. So I know it's kind of out of context with this one post, this one text message. But if you look at the prior video I just did, you'll see that we covered a chain of messages from a woman that Takeoff flew out to Texas with him. And she is now revealing these messages that her and him had the night of. She was at the event. She didn't feel safe there. There was guns all around and she just really didn't feel good about it. But the reason why there wasn't a background check done, Purple Love, is because he really thought that these were his friends. He's been associated with mob ties and Prince family for several years. Several years. They've been to Houston, Texas many times before, hanging out with the Prince family and the mob ties. And even in music videos, they have thrown up their, I guess, their like sign that shows that they're associated with the mob ties or whatever. And they've even shouted out mob ties. I know Quavo has on videos. So they thought that they were around family and friends. So in my opinion, I am with you. And the thing too, the reason why they didn't do a background check on Cameron Joshua is because Cameron Joshua has been affiliated with the Prince family for several years, and it's linked back to his father. His father has ties with Prince Sr., and that's the only reason why Cameron Joshua became associated with the Prince family, which is how he ended up in the same room with the Migos, the very group that he hates. This is how this all kind of circled back around. Very sad. But that's why they didn't do the background check, Purple Love, because the Migos really thought that they were around family. They thought they were around homies. They thought they were around people that had their back, when in reality, they didn't really look out for them at all. It's sad. You can't trust people around you. It'd be the people that is close to you that don't really have your back. All right, guys. Again, you have to watch part 1, because in this video I just did, it's only a part 2 of the previous video I just did. I'll just attach that video in the description box so you can watch the first part, so you can see all the other messages from this woman and put everything together and tell me if you think this woman is credible. Did she really meet up with him? It sounds like she is. Again, the person she's messaging has the exact same name of his Instagram, same username, same profile, and the blue check. That's usually how we verify if this is really the legit celebrity that they're talking to. If there's no blue check there, that really would give us a big sign that she's catfishing all of us. But this looks like the legit Takeoff that she was actually messaging him. So I'm on the side of thinking the girl's credible. Again, she wasn't coming out publicly with this. She went into a private group called the Clubhouse. You have to pay to get in that group. But somebody in the group took screenshots of the messages and the information. They recorded her messages and stuff, and they just leaked it out to the public. So I don't think she was really trying to. But again, why is she going into a group talking about this anyway? Why didn't she go to the family? So that's another thing I had that was weird about her. But this type of woman is not really loyal to the celebrities. I think she does it for clout and to get attention. It doesn't seem like she really had any loyalty to Takeoff from the very beginning anyway. It was like more of like a meetup situation. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think. So sad. Take care.